Welcome to the Onyx Path News. Yes, it's me, Matthew Dawkins, once again with you to talk with you about Onyx Path Publishing's most recent releases. Last Wednesday, well, I had to come back for the Onyx Path News for this week, because last Wednesday's release was one I have been looking forward to for quite some time. Ed Greenwood's Monstrous Ecology of the World Below. Now, Ed Greenwood is an author many of you role-playing fans will be familiar with, hell, video game fans too, because he is the creator of the Forgotten Realms campaign setting, and it was my great privilege to be able to have him on board as one of the co-authors of the World Below RPG. You can definitely see his fingerprints, mucky as they are, the veins running through the World Below. So many of them are fired off from his imagination. And it was likewise a great joy to have him authoring the Monstrous Ecology of the World Below, because some of his content that he has written for Dungeons and Dragons over the years, the material that has most impressed me, most fired up my imagination, is his work on monsters, their backgrounds, their genesis, their predatory habits, their environments, and so on. And that is something I asked him to lend to us on the World Below setting. And it's what he did, because Ed Greenwood's Monstrous Ecology, so much of his work in this book telling you all about the monsters of the world below, their various habits, whether it's feeding, mating, communicative, cultural. There's so much material in here, but what's more, there's playable material as well. If you wanted to play a more monstrous character, maybe one of the mantis people, the manta deer, the vulpa, the fox-like people, or maybe some of the more unusual esoteric plant-like avrains, they are in here too as playable ancestries. You have new playable guilds, you've got new playable dogmas, new playable settlements. There's a lot to play with in Ed Greenwood's Monstrous Ecology of the World Below. But what's more, myself, Ed, Michele Marsala, they came up with fantastic beasts for the World Below, and I would love it if all of you check this book out. It isn't just a joy to use at the table, it is a joy to read. So even if you're not a story guide, even if you're not a player, this is a fun book to just sink your teeth into. Speaking of sinking your teeth into something, Scarred Lands. Yes, it's been a while since we've spoken about Scarred Lands on this channel, isn't it? Well, there is currently a sale going on over on Fantasy Grounds, 40 to 50% off of all VTT purchased books. So you can buy them through Fantasy Grounds, whether it's the Scarred Lands Player's Guide, the Creature Collection, Yugman's Guide to Gelspad, the Gauntlet of Spiroghost, the Crimson Abyss. These are all for D&D, but there's also Pathfinder material there. You buy it through Fantasy Grounds, you can get up to 50% off of all of these books that are immediately convertible to virtual tabletops through Fantasy Grounds. So if you are a role player who uses VTT, this is a sale you really want to take advantage of. Anyway, that's it from me for this week. I will be seeing you next time.